Microphone check. Microphone check. Okay. Hello everyone and welcome to the probably not the last trophy tour of the year, but the first one in quite a few months. Okay, so we're starting with my newest lodge and working backwards to the oldest, because the oldest will take the longest and might not load if recent situations prevail. So, starting to back up. First, we've got a nice light bronze eastern wild turkey and another one. This is just a normal bronze. As you can see, they're both gold, and I think they were taken in the same hunt. This lodge has only been active since Mississippi dropped, so this is good trophies I've gotten since Mississippi dropped. They're not all from Mississippi though. This is the biggest eastern I've gotten so far. As you can see, he's literally 1 point off of diamond. Very frustrated that he didn't make it, but still. And here we've got a light brown eastern wild turkey. We've got a female bobwhite. My gold female bobwhite. Excuse me. Did not know that bobwhite could make gold until I shot this girl. Then we have another female bobwhite. I believe this was the first one I got. And a nice big warthog that we got like last week. He was pretty close to diamond. Look at those tusks, it's so impressive. This is the biggest light brown Miriam Turkey I've gotten so far. At least I think it is. No, it's not. It's not. It's the second biggest. Biggest kudu since True Racks for them came out. Look pretty nice, don't they? He was a level 3. Not too far off gold, but still not gold. This is the biggest whitetail we've gotten since Mississippi dropped. Really nice rack on him. Let's check out the other wall. I don't want to spoil what's in the middle until I get there. Okay. These are the smaller gators we've gotten. This was the first gator I got. And I think it was supposed to be a silver, but I did not realize that the 300 was not rated for them. So, oops. And we've got, this is the first male I got. Not bad. I love the way they look on wall mounts too, the way they're pushing their way out of the wall. And we got a couple of raccoons here. Female silver and a female bronze. Though I think it's bronze because I shot it with the M1 accidentally. These were taken before the raccoons were fixed, so this is when they were still class 1. I'm pretty sure I took them with the 22. Now, back to the middle of the room. Okay. This is the biggest light brown turkey I have. Nice gold. And what's weird is before they changed the fur types, I had never even seen a rare turkey in person. And now light browns are popping up everywhere in Silver Ridge. And over here is the first kill I made on Mississippi. This male gray fox. Yeah, see how nice he looks there? This red fox had been living in my Saska Safari Lodge, because he's the biggest male red fox I'd ever gotten. But when I got the two-tones, I knew I had to swap him out, because look at this. It's such a cool mount, too. Look at the detail on the fur on the gray fox. And the face. It's just gorgeous. This is the biggest alligator that I've gotten so far. Well, biggest solo alligator that I've gotten so far. The actual biggest is part of a multi-mount I'm about to show you. So here he is. A nice gold. I mean, look at this thing. I use the camera so you can zoom in. So otherwise you can't really get close to this, but look at this thing. Look at that mouth. The detail they put into these scales. This thing is just amazing. Okay, now to the fun part. This is the first male raccoon I took, and the biggest crocodile that I have. As you can see, he's 408 as opposed to the other one, the 405. Not by much, but still bigger. And then we've got, yeah, a brown male raccoon. Is the first male raccoon. So let's see here. Let's give you a better look at them. Okay. Look at that. Huh. Invisible raccoon. Okay, there we go. That is funny. That is an interesting glitch. Okay. Huh. Anyway, look at that. The title of this multi-mount is Not a Log, and I just think it's awesome. And look at this guy. Look at those eyes. Wow. I just am really impressed with this mount. It's whimsical and awesome. And you can see like the raccoon's fur blowing in the wind. Onward, loyal steed. Okay. So since Mississippi came out, this is the biggest Rocky Mountain elk I've gotten. He was actually gotten on stream recently. And this is as close to diamond as I've gotten so far, so he definitely deserved to be mounted. Biggest mountain goat that I've gotten since Mississippi dropped, and I was really impressed with his horns, so that's why. Apparently we can pet the dog. Hi, Mason. I didn't know I could pet you in the trophy lodge. Okay. Well, that's Mason, everybody. Anyway, we got this beautiful white mountain goat. This is the biggest mule deer that I've gotten since Mississippi dropped. And I love his little drop tine in the back on this side. Doesn't have one over here, so he's asymmetrical, but still. Okay. Biggest black bear. He was a 7. And look at this thing. Look at how they changed the fur so it looks so much better. I mean, wow, look at this marking. And that paw. Sheesh. This is just amazing, this thing. And this is the first rare puma I've gotten since Mississippi dropped. Not the biggest puma I have, a rare color. One of, I think, 3 or 4 grays I have. Anyway, that's actually it for this lodge. So let's go ahead and go to our Great One Grind Lodge. That's what this is, by the way. This is the Great One Grind Lodge. All of these trophies have been gotten while grinding for a Red Deer Great One. As the ones in these places of honor here, and here. Yeah, I suppose I am. I'm doing a trophy tour, so I thought I'd just talk about all of them. So these two red deer are currently the biggest of the grind. And this is the biggest one right now. Or is that one? No. I'm wrong. Yeah, he is the biggest. I don't know why he's silver. I must have shot him with a 300, not realizing he'd be that big. And here's the next biggest at the moment. And we've got a gray female mouflon. Gray is a rare type. It's 1%. We're doing the best we can. I'm, trying to draw attention to our situation and show people, that I'm not completely useless. But, playing a game doesn't exactly pay bills. Anyway, all mouflon have a 1% chance of coming out gray. So this is the first rare I've ever seen of a mouflon. And this was the second biggest I've gotten since the Great One Grind started. This is the first rare of the Great One Grind. Third biggest mouflon. Yep. And yeah, these were the last two. Here we've got a roe deer multi-mount. These are the three biggest roe deer of the grind so far. They're all pretty much the same size. 68 and 267s. And we got ourselves the tiniest red deer ever. Isn't it so cute? I didn't even know red deer could be spikers, but this one definitely is. This has been my favorite game since, like, 2018, I think. This one, yeah, gold European hair. And this is a Ronda Ibex, brown. I don't remember what I shot him with or why he came out silver. He should be gold. Oh well. Yeah, here's the next biggest after the two down there. And I think, oh yeah, in here we've got some wolves and another red deer rack. Gray-brown Iberian Wolf 36, 35 gray female, no, male, they're both male. 37, this one was really close to diamond. And the 36.5, and then we've got this red deer rack up here. Okay. Oh, this mouflon here is as close to diamond as I've ever gotten. Diamond for the mouflon is, let's see, what is the score for that? 179. So, less than 3 points off diamond. Hopefully his respawn will be a diamond. And that's it for this lodge. So, let's see. I don't remember what I've put in this one. It might be completely empty. Assuming it loads. Like, ever. After the tour, by the way, I'll be stopping the stream and then restarting it with actual gameplay. But I wanted to get a end-of-year look at the lodge. Is there even anything in here? I'm right. This one is completely empty. Yep. In which case, let's go ahead and go to this one. And I just come up through the floor. Wow. This is the weirdest glitch ever. You know what? We're gonna try loading into this one instead, because that was super weird. Check, do not go from one Saska Safari into another Saska Safari. Bad things will happen. Like getting sucked into the floor. Wow. I feel like I'm in freaking Jumanji. Sarah and I would like to get out of the floor now. And I'm apparently laying down. Okay, now let's try this one. Let's see if I load, you know, on the ground instead of in it. That was a fun glitch, though. I'm stuck in the floor, I can't get out. This lodge is actually made up of favorite trophies and rares. So, since I know this one is empty, I am going to delete it so I do not make that mistake again. Okay, there we go. Now to check out the rares lodge. Okay. This was my first diamond ever, and is a diamond. I saw him once from a distance, and then I saw him like 3 days later in a different area, bedded down behind a bush, and I took a chance and took the shot through the brush, and we got a neck shot on him, which dropped him right there, and I did not realize he had turned his head to, you know, to lick his side, so I was aiming for what I thought was lung, and I hit neck. Either way, it was still an instant drop, so that's nice. And this albino female, I got, I want to say 2 weeks later. She was just hanging out in a herd. And like, right after New Zealand came out, I got this piebald red deer. And another, I think she also came from Quadricolinas, though. I just don't remember when I got her. I know I have 3 albino female red deer. You already saw the third one. Up here we have diamond turkeys, plus the largest Bighorn Sheep and Springbuck I've ever gotten. They're both golds. But yeah, I have 5 diamond turkeys. And do I have anything else in this room? Yes. Okay. This guy is the biggest Roosevelt elk I've gotten. Yeah, I really like him. This is where the fox, that red fox I was showing you before, was sitting for the longest time. This is my would have been a diamond Gretus ibex. Hello, Raindrop. Hi. She's playing with a toy next to me. Would have been a diamond, except I messed up the shot. I hit intestine and stomach. Oh, crown jewel so far. Well, that's probably in the back room of this, so we'll get there in a few minutes. This is one of the biggest mule deer I've gotten. And I think I have a rare cinnamon teal over here. Yeah. This is a red female cinnamon teal. Okay, in here we've got biggest mountain lion I've gotten so far. Along with a big male black buck and a leucistic pronghorn. This is a diamond pronghorn. Look at those horns, they're huge. We've got big water buffaloes in this area to go along with the I was hunting for a diamond of them for a while. I got 2 diamond axes here. This is a spotted common color one, and this is the dark color morph. And over here is my collection of light brown turkeys that I got all in one day. It was really surreal. I had never seen a single rare turkey, and then suddenly I did. Right? Their antlers are great. And now we've got pumas, mountain goats, and a nice red deer up here. And, of course, the albino moose. I would have loved it if it was a male, but, you know, you take what nature shows you, basically. Oh, here we go. Melanistic brown bear. There it is. As you can see, it's black. And this is a blonde brown bear. And a couple of cinnamon colored black bears. Another red deer. I hunt a lot of red deer. Biggest bison and moose. And I think that's a Rocky Mountain, yeah. One of the biggest Rocky Mountains, biggest bison, biggest moose, and a grizzly bear. Female grizzly bear up there. Gold-colored wildebeest, which is not as rare as I thought it was, but I still like the way it looks, so I have several of them now. Here's another gray puma. Aren't they? They're adorable. Mountain lion, excuse me. For some reason, the game treats puma and mountain lion like they're 2 separate species. Here's the grizzly bear. And though it's male, every time I look at it, I think Rachel. And got our big moose here. He was almost a diamond. He was close. If his sides had matched, if both sides had been like the left side is. I figured that's what they were going for. But yeah, if both of these antlers were like the antler on this side, this would have been a diamond. Okay, next. Do I have anything in this room over here? I don't remember. Yeah, they can have asymmetrical antlers. It's a little frustrating, but if you look, everything can. Okay, we've got a... What is this one? This one's a mountain lion. And then we've got a mountain goat. And there's Mason again. Gold wildebeest. This, I think, is the biggest lion that I've gotten so far. And Gemsbok. And a dark morph pronghorn. I think I have stuff in here. Do I have anything in here? I just have guns in here. Okay, nothing in here right now. Which means that this over here is my, axis deer room. So I have 3 male piebald axis deer. None of these are diamonds. The diamonds are in the other room. 3 piebald albino. And a couple of fairly big commons. It takes some time to get into it. You know, once you earn some of the better guns, it becomes really fun. Okay. Now, here we go. This is the crown jewel room, like you were asking. There are these 2 diamond mule deer right up front. Well, they would have been a diamond. Both of them were bad shots, so the score came out gold. But they are diamond scoring. And then we've got another big mule deer here and a wildebeest. And the 3rd gray mountain lion. Probably. They do behave differently depending on the species. This is a female piebald Rocky Mountain Elk. And over here we have another female piebald, the different pattern. Piebald has at least 2 different patterns for the elk. And here's a piebald male Rocky Mountain Elk, so we have 3 of those, but 1 male. It has a lot of depth, surprisingly. Do the missions in whatever reserve you have as a quick way of making cash, and then you just go and do whatever you're going to do. This is the first brown water buffalo I ever got. And this is a brown Cape buffalo, plus a nice big gold water buffalo. Head to the other end of the room. This is my diamond mountain goat. There's also interesting stories in the missions. It's really worth them. This is the biggest feral pig I've gotten. I also love how spotted he is. This is a dark morph Gemsbuck. First one of this color that I ever saw. This is a wall of leucistic, dilute, and albino. Yeah, they do. They react really realistically. It's a tiny little mule deer dilute buck. Slightly bigger. Biggest one I have. And then I've got a dilute female and an albino female. And then we have the leucistic black buck male and female pair. These were gotten in the same hunt out of the same herd. So that was pretty cool. And this is a big red deer. I just really like the coloring on these, the dark browns. And despite not scoring very big, I thought his antlers were impressive. Now, as for the crown jewels of my collection, these are what I think they are. These 2 right here. The diamond water buffalo, which I think I have a highlight clip. That would be cool. You know, when I want to do that, I end up playing either Zoo Tycoon or Jurassic World Evolution, because that's not about hunting. And then we've got the diamond Cape buffalo. These 2, just because they're so hardy and they're so dangerous, I consider these 2 the crown jewels of my collection. Nice. I've got it on my Xbox, but originally I played it on PC in like 2000. Wow, that was a lot longer ago than it feels. Okay, one more lodge to go, and it's the big one. This lodge is completely full. Every single plaque, everything is taken. Water buffalo, bison, and Cape buffalo are hunter killers. They will chase you like all the way across the map if you hit them badly. And it only takes like 2 hits to kill them, so you got to get the buffalo dance down where you move backwards while keeping your face toward them. There we go. Like, where did everything go? They do. They do. You've got to hit them. Yeah, probably. You got to hit them with something like the Grelic drilling rifle or the 300 Magnum to take them down. They're the largest animals in the game. So here we've got a Miriam turkey and a Rio Grande turkey. The Rio Grande is the one with the more blue on its head, and the Miriam is the one with the more red. Rio Grandes come from Rancho del Arroyo, and this Miriam came from, I think, Silver Ridge Peaks. It could have come from New Zealand as well. Got another Miriam turkey here. I'm not going to bother showing the ratings on most of these, because all of these were just things I really liked, basically. This is a nice big wildebeest. I think it's, yeah, gray. This is the biggest bison that I have overall. Bison are one of my favorite animals, both because they're Ice Age survivors, and because they're just, I don't know, there's something about them that strikes me as timeless and beautiful. I love just watching them walk around, too. Here we've got an antelope jackrabbit. You can see how long the ears are on them and how big the eyes are. These are a rare rabbit that's very active during the day. Thank you, I really appreciate that. That's a cinnamon teal male, and a springbuck, and a roe deer. Another warthog. Okay, before the cottontail rabbits came out, these were the 4 types of rabbits in the game. And I lined them up just so I could see. We've got the white-tailed jackrabbit, the European scrub hare. No, European hare, this is the scrub hare, and that's the antelope jackrabbit. So that's this wall. Over here, we have the biggest blacktail I have, right? They're very long. This is the biggest blacktail and the first mythical level 8 mountain lion that I ever got. So that's why they have this place of honor here. First quail I ever shot. Not quail, pheasant. That's a female. Male mallard. A couple of wild boar. And it just shows you the kind of fur variation you get on these things. These are both considered common, but one's a light brown. They're both considered light brown. They're both considered light brown, but look at the difference. They just look completely different. Big old caribou. That's a caribou. Yeah, caribou. The duck and 2 biggest geese that I have so far. We've got a Harlequin duck. I wish they'd add wood ducks. I love how wood ducks look. And this is a male cinnamon teal. Melanistic, I think. Yeah, Melanistic Harlequin. next to a regular Harlequin so you can see the difference. And this is what a female Harlequin looks like. So you can see when I shot the Melanistic, I actually thought it was a female because of it being mostly a solid color. But I was absolutely shocked to find out it was a rare. I wish that had been on stream. Only Diamond Duck. And I don't know why I haven't moved him to the Diamonds Lodge. I should have. And I'm still not doing it. Here we've got two male mallards, a blonde mallard, female, and a normal female to show you the difference in how they look. And here I've got a brown hybrid female mallard, a blonde female mallard, and a melanistic female mallard. I like showing off the differences in the fur colors and feather colors in the displays if I can. That's one of the first red deer I got. I still love these guys. Look at that long fur on the neck. They look so soft. And then we've got two very large axis deer, but not diamonds. And a feral goat from New Zealand. I think this is the biggest goat I have. Not entirely certain. And that's it for this room, so let's go this way. Okay. This is the biggest warthog I have. And look at those tusks, man. Pumbaa means business. And another caribou. Mouflon. Before the one that's in my Great One Grind Lodge, this was the biggest one I had. Springbuck. These are tiny and really hard to hit because they move so fast. I don't have that many of them as a result. This is a gray side-striped jackal and a big old mountain goat. And over here is a normal furred side-striped jackal. So you can see the difference. They have such derpy faces though. Another, I think this is a caribou, yeah. Another caribou, a couple of Iberian Wolves on the wall here. And this is a gray wolf. You can see the difference between the two. The gray wolf has a much wider appearance. And these are my two rare gray wolves, an egg white, who I actually hunted for a period of about a week, seeing him several times before I finally managed to kill him. And this is my red-brown gray wolf. And I think this is, yeah, this is a female gray wolf. Show you the difference between the female, looking at its facial features, and the male over here. You can tell visually what sex they are, but you have to get pretty close. Okay, now in here. In here we have a cinnamon teal and a European rabbit. And we've got I think, yeah, we've got a brown mule deer and a blonde mule deer, and then another blonde mule deer back there. These are both pretty big. Okay. This is a gray Iberian wolf. This is also an Iberian wolf. One of the bigger bison I've gotten. Another Iberian wolf. It's a Sika deer up there and on that wall. We've got a, what are you? Not you. You. European hare, as opposed to the European rabbit. This is a chamois. I think it was the first one I got. And a mallard duck. Some antlers from a mule deer. Then over here, this one's fun. This is the third biggest mouflon that I've gotten. And these three wolves are Iberian wolves from the missions in Cuatro Colinas. They're unique colorations that only come from the missions. And that is Phantasma, that's the white one. Ogro, which is the one with blood on its mouth. And Sombra, which is the black one. The white and black are guaranteed diamonds if you don't fuck up the shot. I screwed up the shot pretty bad on the black one, so that's why he's a gold. This is a fallow deer. I think he might be the first one of those I ever got. Hirschfelden is so overgrown. These are the three biggest whitetails I have. A lot of people have these mounts done with the great ones, but I've never seen one, so these are my big ones. Couple of feral goats, looking like they're squaring off here. I just really like the fur patterns on these guys. This one has brown socks on the front, and this one looks like an Oreo. This is a Sika deer. They're very cute little deer. And this is a dark-colored Sika deer. They're very fuzzy. Here we go. This is the only European bison I have. I have never seen another one. They are very elusive. They hide in the forests of Hirschfelden, and it's really hard to find them. This, I think, is the biggest chamois I have, and that's a cinnamon teal up there. This was the biggest water buffalo that I'd gotten prior to the ones in the Diamond Lodge. Nice roe deer here. And we've got another mouflon here. And you can see how these horns, the horns are not symmetrical either. Like, one's got significantly more curl to it and the other's kind of wonky. Here's another mouflon. This one has pretty symmetrical antlers. No, antlers, horns. And this is, I think, a European rabbit? Yeah. This is a European rabbit. I love this pose, it's just so cute. And I think that's it for this room. Okay. This is a female turkey, but she has a story. And there's a reason there's a mounted female turkey in my lodge. When I was mapping Silver Ridge Peaks, I spotted a turkey about 70, 80 yards away, down a hill, right by some water. And all I had with me that was legal ammo were the 300 grain arrows. I wasn't sure if I could manage a 70-plus yard shot downhill, but I did. And because of that awesome shot and that wonderful memory, I chose to mount her, and I keep her here. She is, however, very threatened by this mountain lion who's taking a bath. Got another fallow deer here. Roosevelt elk. And another mouflon. This one also is fairly symmetrical. The left side's a little tighter curl than the right. Another red deer. Seeing a pattern with the red deer, I'm sure. This is a brown hybrid mallard. I think it's female, yeah. And I think this is a scrub hare? Yeah. These scrub hare come from the African map. Excuse me. Here we've got a really wonky bighorn sheep. And I just love these horns so much that I had to keep it. I mean, look at that. That is so weird. And then we have this ibex here. Greedos ibex. Blonde gemsbuck and a blonde mountain goat side by side, both female. But they were the first of their color I'd ever seen, so I saved them. And in here we've got another big turkey, a red deer, a couple of feral pigs. No, those are wild boar. And some white-tailed jackrabbits. This guy. This guy. And these are scrub hare and European hare. So you can see the difference between the two hares. Scrub hare is much bigger. Okay, and we're back out in the main room. And that means it's time to go upstairs. I mentioned this lodge was very full, didn't I? It's got everything taken up. Excuse me. So I've got two black bucks here, surrounding my biggest lion, and also my first lion, I think. No, he's the first lion, the other one's the biggest. We've got a scrub hare up there with a female red fox and a female side-striped jackal looking at each other. I like symmetry, can you tell? A nice big mule deer here. Actually, let me go the other way. Let me go the other way because I want to come out on that side. Okay. Roe deer. It's a pretty nice big one. As big as roe deer can be. They're tiny. Got a little bunny. Mule deer. These are both feral pigs, I think? Yeah. Feral pig. I really like the gold, the black gold coloring. And then this one's like solid black. Got a feral goat here. A nice moose here. A bighorn sheep here who looks like the horns are trying to pierce its ears. This was, I think, the first wildebeest I ever got. A gray Rocky Mountain elk with really thin antlers. Gemsbuck, also known as an oryx, in case you're wondering why that's a different name. Here's the mule deer we were looking at a minute ago. I like this rack for aesthetic reasons. The curl just makes it look like a big basket. Here we've got a coyote, I believe. Yes. Female coyote. And a, let me zoom in up there, Siberian musk deer, also known as the vampire deer. You can see the fangs. They don't have antlers, they have fangs. Despite being, what's it called? Herbivores. This is a Bacidi ibex, the smallest fallow deer I've ever gotten. And I think this is a reindeer? Yeah, a reindeer. You can tell the difference between the reindeer and the caribou because the caribou have a thicker nose. And basically a thicker face all around. Asymmetrical antlers on that one are pretty nice. There was a glitch a while back that any bighorn sheep with a score this low would literally have no antlers. It would have indentations where they should be, but no horns. I meant to say horns, not antlers. And so this was my no horn sheep for a while, and now it's just got these tiny little things that I've seen female mountain goats with bigger horns. This is a Siberian Lynx, and this is a bobcat in the same pose, just to kind of show you the differences between the two. Not just size, but the shape of the face, the fur. Bobcats are just really pretty. That is a collared peccary. You zoom in on him up there. Yeah, there we go. Collared peccary. I used to hear these when I was growing up because in the area of Houston I lived in, there were still some wild ones around at the time. There aren't now. This is another Bacidi ibex. Mountain lion up there, reindeer, mountain goat, another Siberian musk deer back there. And this is actually my favorite color for the feral goats. It's called mixed. Basically, it's calico. I've got two of them. That one there, and one at the other end of the couches. An ibex. I think cinnamon black bear. Are you a cinnamon black bear? Blonde black bear. A little white tail, springbuck, and of course the other mixed goat, who's just lounging on this table here. Got a nice bison here. And over here we have a bobcat and a coyote. I like to think they're having a race. Look at the coloring on the coyote. Isn't that fur just gorgeous? I really like the upgraded fur on the coyote. It looks so good. This is a big red deer. The pose is kind of awkward, but I liked it. This is my mountain goat. And here we've got another Bacidi ibex surrounded by a collared peccary, a coyote, what kind of rabbit is that? Come on. Target the rabbit. There we go. European rabbit and a cinnamon teal. And that's this room. Let's go into the next room. Okay. Mule Deer, Iberian Wolf, Gemsbuck, Mule Deer, Bobcat. Look at that little face. He's so cute. And here we've got a blacktail and a puma. Similar mount, but a different pose and different animals to the one downstairs. This is my almost a diamond mountain goat. Trolled me. A troll is when it's a level 5, which should be diamond, but its score is a little too small and doesn't actually make diamond, so it's called a troll. Here we've got a reindeer and a caribou side by side. I am not sure how to get rid of my hunter mate. I would like it to go away now. It's not going away. Here we've got a wildebeest and a pronghorn, another antelope jackrabbit, a roe deer, Bacidi ibex, and I think that, yeah, that's also an antelope jackrabbit. And here we've got our fox with dinner. And the rest of the warren looks on horrified. Yes, I did do that placement on purpose. I am a horrible person. Okay, here we've got a bighorn sheep and a mouflon sizing each other up. I thought it was cool to show them both in the same pose, because then you're like, oh wow, the mouflon is actually tiny compared to the Bighorn Sheep. This Bighorn Sheep, though, has apparently pierced its own ear with its horn. In reality, the ear would sit atop the horn, but, you know, this one just looks funky. We got one here, Bighorn Sheep with really tight curls. Fallow deer antlers. Tiny little buck. I think this is the smallest mule deer that I've ever seen. Well, until that dilute that's in the other one. Here we got a black Bighorn Sheep. And another mule deer? Yeah. I wish you could put things on this table. It feels pointless for the table to be here if you can't put anything on it. Antelope jackrabbit. This is a cute pose. I really like the cute pose. I don't get what's with the indoor windows in this design. This is a, brown black buck. I had never seen one before, so when I grabbed her, I just grabbed her. This is a bison. And we've got a pair of pheasants here and a collared peccary taking a nap. I love the male pheasants. Look at these feathers. Look at this. They're absolutely beautiful. Really hard to get to fly, but they're absolutely beautiful. Here we've got a plains bison taking a nap. Red deer, a kudu. This is the before Truax kudu, and you can see how much thinner the horns are before the Truax update. I should really put the two side by side. Antelope jackrabbit, red deer, and a water buffalo. And mule deer. I think we already saw that one. That's this room. Okay. This is the room o' Sika deer. My current biggest Sika deer, almost a diamond. This guy is right here. Then in descending order, we've got this one, that one, that one, and that one. All in a row. Those were the previous occupants of this King Sika spot. Sika deer are pretty small, though you can see. I, as an average-sized person, am only slightly taller than the deer. Here's another great big bighorn. And now we come into the Rocky Mountain Elk room. We've got a coyote. We've got a feral goat. And then we have a lot of horns. We've got some mountain goat. If I can get that to target. I think that's reindeer up there. Thank you. Oh dear God. Just target it. Target it. Target the top one. Why won't you target the top one? Come on, please. Ugh. I give up. It might even be elk. I don't know. Anyway, these antlers are all from Rocky Mountain Elk. As this central spot has been slowly replaced until I have the biggest one there. And this is the second biggest. And then here's another antelope jackrabbit. And this is the big boy. This is the biggest Rocky Mountain elk we currently have. 445. I think 460 is diamond. So pretty close. Not sure what he's doing with that back leg there. This, believe it or not, is actually a moose. Hang on, I need some water. Okay. So, this is a moose. Fun story. And I've told this story before on stream anytime I show these antlers, but it's important because it illustrates that my wife is always right. My wife's parents were musicians, and they drove at one point all over Canada playing gigs. At one point they found a pair of antlers on the ground, and they looked kind of like this. Now, because these are not really palmated, they don't have the big flat part. When I saw the antlers years later, I said, that looks like elk antlers. And her parents were adamant that they were moose. The people at the time had told them they were moose, and I thought they had to be wrong. And my wife was adamant that her parents were right. Then one day, hunting Layton Lakes, I found a moose with almost the exact same rack of antlers that they had. So I shot it, and I mounted it, and I kept this to remind myself that my wife is always right. Because, yeah, that's a moose. Okay, bedroom. Turkey, feral goat, mountain lion, rabbit, fallow deer. I think that's the biggest fallow I have. Mountain goat. Another elk-looking moose. Normal moose. Black buck. Red deer. Feral goat. I think this was a red deer with a weird palmated top that I liked. Another red deer, a rare goose. Oh, I do have 4 of them. This is the 4th gray mountain lion. One more room, and then we're done. Really, really dark colored bison. We have a feral goat and a pronghorn. This guy with the antler on the right side, the horn on the right side, is diamond, and the other one is a gold. So it came out gold, but I thought the asymmetrical horns were pretty cool. And we've got a gemsbok, another goose, chamois, tiny little mule deer, a pink feral pig, because it was pink, another pronghorn, and finally, the first Cape buffalo I ever shot without it killing me. So that's actually the entire lodge, and that's all the lodges. So I'm going to take a break for a little while, and then I will be back with a stream of actual gameplay. Thank you guys for watching.